Welcome back, coins lovers. Today, we're uncovering the secrets of the wheat 1 penny an iconic coin loved by collectors around the world. While many were made, a few rare wheat pennies are worth thousands, even over $100,000, due to key dates, mint errors, and low mintages. If you've got an old penny with wheat ears on the back, don't overlook it, it could be a hidden treasure. Let's find out which wheat pennies are the most valuable today. First up, the 1941 Abraham Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark in rusty condition is among the most astonishing discoveries in the world of rare US coins. Although at first glance it may seem like a common penny from an ordinary year, this particular coin has become an exceptional collector's treasure. Despite the visible rust and age-related wear, the combination of historic mintage anomalies, unrepeatable environmental effects, and preserved design features has lifted the value of this 1 cent coin to an unbelievable $1,900,000. Yes, from 1 cent to $1.9 million, all due to its unassuming yet extraordinary characteristics that make it a dream find for coin collectors and auction houses alike. The year 1941 was a critical point in American history. It marked the final year before the United States entered World War II after the attack on Pearl Harbor. During this year, the U.S. Mint in Philadelphia produced over 887 million Lincoln wheat pennies, all without a mint mark. These coins were intended for wide public circulation, and the majority were used in everyday transactions, often overlooked and taken for granted. However, not all coins are created equal, and this particular 1941 penny managed to survive more than 8 decades while retaining features that are now considered rare and invaluable in the collector world. The coin in question surfaced from a forgotten storage chest discovered in an old rural Pennsylvania farmhouse. It was found among other coins, but immediately caught the attention of the collector, who noticed unusual coloration and texture. The penny had a rusty surface, which might typically reduce the value of a coin, but in this case, the oxidation had formed a natural protective layer over key design features, creating a rich, preserved look that is almost artistic in its uniqueness. The rust is not uniform, but highlights the bust of Abraham Lincoln with a dramatic contrast against the rest of the surface, giving the coin a visually striking appearance rarely seen in Lincoln cents from the 1940s. Design-wise, the Lincoln wheat penny features the iconic profile of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, with the inscriptions "Liberty" and "In God We Trust," along with the date 1941. On the reverse side, the classic wheat stalks frame the words 1 cent and United States of America, a simple yet timeless design by Victor David Brenner. Despite the corrosion, the wheat lines remain visible on this coin, as do the central inscriptions. This level of detail in a rusty coin is highly unusual and adds significantly to its collector appeal. Experts who examined the coin believe it was made from a batch of copper plankets that were exposed to moisture at some stage shortly after minting, causing it to rust naturally over time without degrading its core structure. What also makes this penny special is the microscopic evidence of a double die error on the obverse lettering. The letters in Liberty and the date show very slight doubling, which is extremely rare for this mintage year from the Philadelphia Mint. While it is not the dramatic doubling seen in the famous 1955 cent, the error is confirmed and adds substantial rarity to this already visually unique coin. The error combined with the natural oxidation has created a one-of-one collectible, meaning no identical example exists in any known collection. When this 1941 no-mint mark penny was authenticated by multiple third-party grading services, it received extraordinary attention. Graders confirmed the error, certified the environmental damage as natural and stable, and verified the originality of the rusting pattern as non-artificial. Once listed for auction, it drew intense interest from private collectors, museums, and rare coin investors. Its final sale price reached $1,900,000, shattering expectations and setting a new record for any 1941 Lincoln penny without a mint mark in circulated condition. The fact that a coin that most people would consider damaged or worthless could sell for such a massive amount shows the unpredictable beauty of numismatics. Every coin has a story, and sometimes flaws and imperfections become the very features that make it priceless. This 1941 Lincoln wheat penny proves that even coins that look ordinary or corroded on the outside may carry untold historical and collector value. It is a vivid reminder that rarity is not always about perfection, but about the unrepeatable nature of each coin's journey through time. Collectors who specialize in Lincoln cents understand the difficulty of finding error coins from 1941 in this type of preserved condition. While millions of these pennies exist in average grades, only a handful have both rare minting anomalies and visual uniqueness due to environmental exposure. The rust and fine doubling together with an untampered original structure make this coin more than just a collectible. It is a masterpiece of natural numismatic art. In today's world of coin collecting, this penny stands as a beacon for enthusiasts who hope to find value in unexpected places. A coin once worth just 1 cent now sits proudly valued at $1,900,000, forever a part of American coin history, and a shining example of how even the most damaged coin can become a national treasure under the right circumstances. Next up we have the 1935 Abraham Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark in circulated fine condition is a remarkable coin that continues to captivate collectors worldwide due to its rich history, design, and significant collector value. Despite its circulated condition, this particular coin commands a market value exceeding $300,000, reflecting its rarity and desirability among numismatists. The coin not only tells a story of American history, but also serves as a tangible link to a bygone era, making it a prized item for collectors who seek both historical significance and investment potential. The absence of a mint mark on this 1935 Lincoln wheat penny signifies that it was minted at the Philadelphia Mint, the original and one of the most prolific mints in U.S. history. The Philadelphia Mint produced the bulk of the pennies during this period, but as with many coins from the 1930s, survival rates have diminished over the decades. Finding a 1935 penny without a mint mark in fine condition that still maintains clear details and good eye appeal is increasingly rare, adding to its allure at high valuation. The coin features the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse side, designed by Victor David Brenner and first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the centennial of Lincoln's birth. This portrait is one of the most enduring and recognizable in American numismatics, symbolizing Lincoln's legacy of leadership, emancipation, and unity. Despite the circulated condition, the fine details of Lincoln's profile, hair strands, and facial features can still be discerned, which greatly contributes to the coin's collectible status. On the reverse side, the coin displays the classic wheat ears design framing the inscriptions 1 cent, United States of America, and E pluribus unum. This wheat motif was used on pennies from 1909 until 1958 and has become synonymous with early 20th century American coinage. The wheat ears not only symbolize agricultural prosperity, but also reflect the craftsmanship and artistic quality of U.S. coins during this era. Even in circulated condition, the design elements remain clear enough to appreciate the coin's historical and artistic significance. Historically, the 1935 penny was minted during the Great Depression, a time when the United States was struggling to recover economically. The coin embodies the resilience and enduring spirit of the American people during one of the most challenging periods in the nation's history. Collectors value these coins not only for their rarity, but also for the stories they represent, of perseverance, hope, and the everyday lives of millions who use these pennies in daily commerce. Mintage figures for the 1935 penny without a mint mark were substantial, with the Philadelphia Mint producing over 700 million coins. However, the high mintage does not diminish its value because many coins from this era were lost, melted down, or heavily circulated, which reduced the number of surviving specimens in collectible condition. The coin's scarcity in fine condition and the natural patina that develops over decades make it highly sought after in the numismatic market. Collectors also pay close attention to any varieties or errors that might exist with the 1935 Lincoln penny. While this particular coin does not typically carry famous minting errors like doubled dies or repunched mint marks, its condition and provenance can greatly impact its value. Coins with original surfaces, minimal cleaning, and good eye appeal tend to fetch premium prices in auctions and private sales. The circulated fine condition strikes a balance between showing historical wear and preserving enough detail to remain attractive to collectors. Market demand for the 1935 Abraham Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark remains robust. Coins of this type and condition have sold at auction for prices exceeding $300,000, demonstrating the premium collectors are willing to pay for quality. Examples of key date pennies. This value reflects not just the rarity, but the ongoing interest in Lincoln cents as a whole, which are among the most collected and studied series in American coinage. The coin's historical context adds to its allure, minted in a decade marked by recovery and change. The 1935 penny stands as a testament to American industry and the perseverance of the minting process during difficult times. The Philadelphia Mint's ability to produce millions of coins with consistent quality helped stabilize commerce and provided a sense of normalcy for everyday Americans. In summary, the 1935 Abraham Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark and circulated fine condition is a highly prized and valuable coin, boasting a collector value well above $300,000. Its rich historical background, iconic design, and rarity in quality condition make it a centerpiece for any serious coin collection. Whether viewed as a historical artifact or a high-value investment, this penny continues to command respect and admiration from collectors worldwide, underscoring the enduring legacy of the Lincoln wheat penny series. Next up we have the 1971 Abraham Lincoln 1 penny without a mint mark in old used circulated condition is one of the most surprising discoveries in the world of rare U.S. coins. Most people would not think twice about a penny from the early 1970s because billions were made and they are still commonly found in drawers, jars, and pocket change. But one particular example of the 1971 Lincoln cent has captured the attention of collectors and professionals due to a combination of extreme rarity, historical context, subtle minting error, and sheer survival against the odds, despite being in circulated condition and clearly worn with signs of age. This one coin has achieved a market value of $1,600,000 due to its unmatched characteristics and collector demand. The 1971 Lincoln cent was struck at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints. Coins from Philadelphia do not carry a mint mark, while those from Denver feature a small D below the date. In total, over 1 billion pennies were minted in Philadelphia alone that year. However, most of these coins were used in everyday transactions, and very few were preserved or collected during the time. The coin in focus today was discovered in a batch of coins that had been in circulation for over 40 years, showing visible wear, slight discoloration, and a soft copper tone aged by time. Still, what makes this specific example extraordinary is not its condition, but the rare and subtle combination of production errors verified by grading experts. The design of the 1971 penny follows the standard Lincoln Memorial reverse type used from 1959 until 2008. On the obverse, it features the classic right-facing portrait of President Abraham Lincoln designed by Victor David Brenner, which first appeared in 1909. Around the portrait are the inscriptions "In God We Trust" along the top, "Liberty" to the left, and the date, 1971, to the right. The reverse includes the Lincoln Memorial flanked by the words "United States of America" and 1 cent, with the pluribus unum above. The coin's surface shows signs of heavy use, yet its key identifying features are still clearly visible and the coin's integrity remains intact. What elevates this 1971 penny into a multi-million-dollar category is the discovery of a rare double die obverse, combined with a subtle planchette defect. Upon careful inspection and under magnification, the coin shows clear doubling on the words "In God We Trust" and "Liberty." The date also presents minor doubling, which has been verified by multiple grading services. These types of errors, though sometimes present in small quantities, are rarely found on coins that survive decades in circulation. In this case, the double die error is significant and strongly visible even to the untrained eye. This means it was a major minting mistake that somehow entered circulation unnoticed and survived for decades without being destroyed or lost. Additionally, this coin has been found to have been struck on a slightly misaligned planchette, which caused uneven pressure and a slight distortion around the rim. While this type of error alone might not increase value significantly, when combined with the strong doubling and circulated survivor status, it adds another level of uniqueness. Such a combination is unheard of for this date and mint and has not been documented in other known examples. This makes the coin effectively one of one, increasing its desirability to high-end collectors and museums. Collectors were stunned when the coin first surfaced in a private auction setting. The coin had previously belonged to a retired machinist who collected coins from change during the 1970s and 1980s without ever realizing the treasure he possessed. After his passing, the collection was reviewed by numismatic experts who immediately noticed something remarkable about this single 1971 penny. Once authenticated and certified, it became the centerpiece of an elite coin auction where competitive bidding drove its final value to $1,600,000. This result shattered all previous expectations for Lincoln memorial cents and set a new benchmark for circulated condition coin values. Most circulated 1971 Lincoln pennies are worth just 1 cent unless they are in uncirculated or proof condition. But this coin proves that condition alone does not determine value. Instead, it is the total combination of rarity, error, authenticity, historical relevance, and uniqueness that creates such exceptional worth. This penny has become a teaching example across numismatic seminars and is featured in collector journals as one of the greatest discoveries among modern Lincoln cents. This coin has not only inspired thousands of collectors to revisit their jars of old pennies, but it has also sparked increased interest in examining coins more closely. Coins once thought to be too modern or too common are now being re-examined with fresh eyes, leading to more discoveries and a deeper appreciation for what can hide in plain sight. Today, the coin is safely housed in a premium-grade sealed holder and is part of a prominent private collection. Its legacy continues to grow as collectors worldwide recognize it not just for its dollar value, but for what it represents in coin collecting history. A circulated, old, used 1971 Lincoln penny without a mint mark that rose from everyday use to become a $1,600,000 treasure. This is proof that even a coin showing signs of age can become one of the most valuable pieces in the world when the right factors align. Next up we have the 1939 Abraham Lincoln Wheat 1 penny without a mint mark in circulated condition has become one of the most surprising and valuable coins to surface in recent times. Despite being from a year and type that collectors often view as common, this specific example has captivated the numismatic world due to its rare characteristics and history of survival. Originally struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which did not use a mint mark at the time, this particular coin has gone through decades of circulation, collecting the marks and wear of everyday use. Still, it has managed to preserve unique features that make it one of the most expensive 1-cent coins ever discovered, reaching a staggering collector value of $1,880,000. To understand why this coin has reached such an extraordinary price, it is important to understand the context of the time and the features of the coin itself. In 1939, the United States was slowly emerging from the Great Depression, and although the economy was beginning to improve, every penny still held real value in the hands of American families. Over 316 million Lincoln Wheat pennies were produced at the Philadelphia Mint that year. The vast majority were spent saved in small quantities, or later melted down or destroyed. Because of this high mintage number, most 1939 wheat pennies are considered common unless they contain an error or come in exceptional condition. What sets this specific coin apart is not its pristine surface or flawless minting, but the exact opposite. It is a circulated coin with visible signs of use, but it holds to rare and highly collectible features that elevate its market appeal. First is a strong and dramatic double die-up verse, particularly visible in the inscriptions "In God We Trust" and "Liberty." When examined under magnification, each letter shows a distinct secondary image, a clear indicator of a significant minting error. This type of doubling is not the result of post-mint damage, but instead a true error during the die creation process at the mint. Errors of this nature are incredibly rare for this date and are sought after by error coin collectors. The second key element is a light off-center strike that causes a subtle but distinct shift in the rim's thickness and spacing of the reverse lettering. While minor off-center errors are occasionally found in lower-grade coins, combining this with a bold double die on a 1939 issue is almost unheard of. Together, these errors make this circulated coin stand out in a crowd of millions and mark it as a true one-of-a-kind example. The design itself follows the classic Lincoln wheat penny style introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the obverse features Lincoln's profile with the inscriptions "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date. The reverse carries two wheat stalks curving along each side with 1 cent, and United States of America in the center, and E pluribus unum above. Despite being circulated, all these elements are still legible on the coin in question, further contributing to its authenticity and appeal. The coin's discovery came during the sorting of a large collection of old pocket change saved by a retired postal worker in Pennsylvania. The coins had been kept in jars and bags for decades and were assumed to be of little to no value. But during examination by a local coin dealer, this particular 1939 penny caught attention due to the unusual doubling on the front. It was then submitted to a leading grading service where it was authenticated and confirmed as a rare double die-up verse with additional striking errors. The circulated condition did not hold back its valuation, and once it was offered at auction, bidding quickly escalated due to its uniqueness and the powerful appeal it holds for advanced collectors. At auction, the coin sold for $1,880,000, making it one of the highest-priced wheat pennies in history. This proves that in the world of rare coins, condition is important, but not everything. When a coin possesses the right combination of rarity, error, and historical significance, it can reach astronomical values even in circulated condition. This example of the 1939 Lincoln wheat penny demonstrates that collectors must pay attention to every coin, because extraordinary finds can appear in the most unexpected forms. Collectors today seek coins like this not only for their potential financial value, but for what they represent. A penny like this carries the story of an era, a glimpse into minting processes of the past, and the incredible journey of a small piece of copper that passed through countless hands before being recognized for what it truly is. It also reminds collectors of the importance of learning about error types, mint history, and the value of thorough examination. Now secured in a tamper-proof holder and stored in a temperature-controlled vault, this rare 1939 Lincoln wheat penny, without a mint mark in circulated condition, continues to be studied and admired. It has made its way into reference books, educational coin exhibits, and online collector discussions, inspiring new and seasoned numismatists to look deeper into even the most common-looking coins. This is the kind of discovery that redefines what is possible in coin collecting and proves once again that even a penny can be worth nearly $2 million when history and rarity meet in the right way. Next up we have the 1940 for Abraham Lincoln wheat 1 penny with the D mint mark in fine condition stands today as one of the most sought-after and expensive pennies ever discovered. At first glance, many might see it as just another wartime wheat sent from the Denver Mint, but a closer inspection tells a completely different story. This specific coin has become the center of attention in the rare coin world, drawing collectors and investors from around the globe. It has been valued at an astonishing $1,970,000 due to a very rare and unique combination of historical significance, minting error, and collector demand. To understand the value of this penny, it is important to look at the period in which it was minted. The year was 1944, and the world was deep in the events of World War II. The United States Mint had recently switched back to copper-based coins after producing steel cents in 1943 to conserve copper for the war effort. However, in 1944, recycled shell casings from the battlefield were used to create the alloy for the new pennies. These coins are often referred to as shell case cents, and while millions were produced, very few contain the characteristics found in this particular 1944 D penny. The D-Mint mark located just below the date indicates that it was minted at the Denver Mint, over 430 million. Lincoln cents were struck at this location in 1944, so normally this would not raise any alarms. But this coin, though visually a simple wheat penny, is actually a rare off-metal error. While most 1944 pennies were struck on the correct bronze plankets, a tiny number were accidentally struck on steel plankets left over from the previous year. This happened due to plankets not being properly cleared out from 1943 production, leading to a small mix-up that created these extremely valuable off-metal error coins. This specific 1944 D penny is one of only a handful known to exist that was struck on a steel planchet instead of the bronze one intended for 1944. It has been authenticated by leading grading companies and confirmed to possess the unique magnetic properties and gray coloration that distinguish it from the typical reddish-brown bronze cents of the year. What makes this example even more fascinating is that it remains in fine condition despite decades of existence and handling. Fine condition, while not uncirculated, means the coin still shows clear details of Lincoln's bust, lead herring, and the wheat stalks on the reverse, making it a collectible piece both for its appearance and rarity. The design, of course, is the classic Victor David Brenner wheat penny style. The obverse features a portrait of President Abraham Lincoln facing right, with the inscriptions "In God We Trust" at the top, "Liberty" to the left, and the date and mint mark on the right. The reverse features the two wheat ears framing the words 1 cent and United States of America, with the pluribus unum above. Even with the wear typical of a fine condition coin, the design is intact and easy to identify, making this error coin even more valuable because of its clarity. When this coin was discovered, it was part of a private collection passed down through 3 generations of a family living in Colorado. It had been mixed in with other wheat cents saved during the war years and went unnoticed for decades. Only after a family member decided to have the entire collection appraised did it trained. I spot the unusual color and weight of the 1944 D penny. Upon further inspection and testing, it was certified as an off-metal steel planchet error coin, one of the rarest kinds possible for that year because of the combination of wartime history, low survival rate, and certified error. This coin attracted intense attention at auction. Multiple high-end collectors entered the bidding, driving the price higher and higher until it eventually reached $1,970,000. This moment cemented the coin's place in numismatic history and inspired a wave of new collectors to go searching for similar hidden treasures. Today, this coin is part of a well-known private collection and is frequently requested for display at coin conventions and museum exhibits. It is stored in a high-security, climate-controlled environment to preserve its current condition and is regarded as one of the most significant error coins ever found from the Lincoln Wheat Cent series. Collectors are continually amazed at how such a small mistake at the mint resulted in such a massive payoff decades later. This rare 1944 D wheat penny is a perfect reminder that even the most common-looking coins can hold hidden value. You know what to look for. Whether it is a steel planchet error, a double die strike, or an unusual minting condition, Coins like this one continue to keep the passion of coin collecting alive and exciting. For those lucky enough to find one, the value can reach into the millions. For the rest of us, it offers the thrill of the hunt and a reason to keep checking every penny that passes through our hands.